We are on TradingView. Bitcoin has surpassed $30,000 and it has just risen to $31,500 within the past few hours. As we see, it was a huge skyrocket over the past few months. And over the past 2 days, really, was this enormous, wow, it was pretty stable around here. And oh my goodness, just today, earlier today was 29,800 and now $31,500. This means that looking at the total market cap, we have surpassed $800 billion. We are closing in on $1 trillion. Bitcoin's dominance is at 71.5%. And in terms of total market capitalization, we are almost at the very point, the very peak where we were, the all-time high for market capitalization back in 2018. In the summertime, that was around $830 billion. So as soon as we surpass that, this is new. This is uncharted territory. Where will we go next? Will that be 900 billion? Will that be $1 trillion? Even more important than the price of Bitcoin and Ethereum and all these fun cryptocurrencies. This is very nice to see. Yes, in the green, we're making money, but even more important than that is the trading volume, the market capitalizations, and reaching $1 trillion. Already, Bitcoin is very, very close to 600 billion. So the first goal is hitting $1 trillion in terms of the total market cap for all of the cryptocurrencies out there. But as you can see, there's 8,163 in coin market cap. Most of them aren't really worth that much, but still, this is going to break records. This is going to be history. Now, the next record that's going to be broken in the future, whatever that would be, whether that's next month, 10 years from now, 50 years from now, 2 days from now, as soon as this hits $1 trillion, that is big boy territory, because you could already start comparing Bitcoin to some of the world's largest companies out there. And you look at how much they're valued at. Which companies are already below $583 billion. There's a lot of big Fortune 500 companies that already have been beaten out by this. Some of them you can pair them up and they still won't even get anywhere near that. So this is crazy. We have started off the new year in a great manner. Hopefully everyone's doing well. My name is Michael, or Kubera. Get your New Year's resolutions and don't break them, at least not for the first month. Come on, guys. And I'm excited just as you are, just as everybody is. I'm currently not invested. I only have like $24 in Bitcoin. I'm happy. Yay! I gained a few dollars over the past month, but I'm just excited to see where this takes the industry. I'm excited to see where it all goes, how many more jobs there will be, what the future will look like for the rest of this decade. When will Bitcoin hit $100,000? If ever, if in the nearby future, when will there be a correction? All of this is exciting to me because I understand now the longer you are in crypto, there's cycles and it just keeps growing. It's kind of like the S&P 500. A lot of boomers, as most people would say, well, they put their money in the S&P 500 for 30, 40, 50 years, and now many are millionaires, whereas usually they would have $200,000, $300,000. Now it's 1.4 million, 1.5 million, $2 million, depends on what they put in. Some people bought Amazon, some people bought Apple. So, a lot of people go into the S&P 500, but a lot of people just chose random stocks. Some people chose Tesla over the past year. They've already quadrupled what they put in. And that's great. There's a lot of ways to make money. There's higher risk avenues. There's lower risk avenues. But the main thing you have to keep in mind is despite the pandemic, despite the lockdowns, despite the 2008 recession, despite crazy flash crashes and all of these weird events going on, if you look at it on a very long-term scale, not years, not months, but decades, this is where you make your fortunes. You do not make your fortunes working a 9-to-5 middle-class job. You could take that money that you hopefully are living minimalistically with, and you're saving up 10, 20, 30%, investing some of that, maybe all of that at the end of each month. And if you do this for years and years on end, decades, then you can beat inflation and be chilling on your small yacht in the future, because you're not going to be going crazy. But hey, this is exciting. So I do have to mention, though, As exciting as this is, and as exciting as the technical says strong buy, there is something that you must keep in mind, my friends. Even if you know absolutely nothing about cryptocurrency, this is something to look into. The Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index. There's extreme greed. Yes. 94. And over the past week, over the past month, there's been a lot of greed. So this is good for now. But keep in mind, every single $1,000 that Bitcoin continues to rise up and continues to keep breaking records and people keep making a lot of money, there's going to be a lot of people who are perfectly fine with where they're at and they're going to sell. And if there's enough whales that sell, this bull market might turn into a bear market. But for right now, there's a lot of institutional investors that got on board. Remember, nothing lasts. I'm not saying this is a bubble. I'm just saying there are going to be corrections. And whether that is tomorrow, whether that's a month from now, whether that's 6 months from now, and there's still a lot of money to be made in Bitcoin, outside of Bitcoin, in DeFi, and these smaller projects, in these cryptocurrency companies that are sprucing up. The industry as a whole, this is very, very healthy. It's growing. This is great. It's becoming more stable as it grows larger. But just remember to take your profits. If you have made a lot of money, take your profits, take them out, do whatever you want with them. Don't spend too much, obviously, but just be safe about this, because it's not wise to keep 100% of everything in and hodling for who knows till when, 2087, because you're probably going to lose at one point or another, and there might be a crisis situation that could have been averted. So take out some money right now if you're perfectly happy with where you're at. If you still want to keep continuing to grow and you're able to afford it, meaning you can say goodbye to that money, you don't care about it for the next 5-10 years, it's like whatever, it's pocket change to you. Keep going, like whatever, it's all good. And to all those who are saying, oh, well, there's FOMO, there's fear of missing out. What happens if it continues to grow and I'm going to lose so much money? I know that it sounds so logical, but the pain is so much worse, or at least your mind makes you think it's so much worse, that this opportunity cost is lost out on because you could have had so much money. You start envisioning this crazy new life for yourself, but you have to realize, get yourself back down on the ground. This is great news. You made some money. But think logically now. Is this a life-changing amount of money? If you've had millions of dollars, great. But if you've made a few $1,000s, if you made 50,000, 100,000, that most likely is great money that you can definitely turn into life-changing money within a few years' time, or maybe within a few months' time with great investing skills. But you have to be smart about it right now. Pay off everything that you need to pay off, have an emergency fund, and in the worst case scenario, if a bear market comes, you're always able to buy back in at a very low price because it's cyclical. So that is that. My name is Michael Kubera. If you still haven't, check out my new channel. It's my first personal branding channel ever, and I will be uploading a video on there today. Also about Bitcoin 30,000, the new year. I'm excited about that. And every single week we will be posting content on there. I'm most likely going to transform that into my main channel. And we are going to be discussing mainly cryptocurrency news on here, while there will also go into some personal finance, some advice for, people my age and trying to avoid making the same mistakes that I might have done. There were some very smart decisions that I've done over the past years, and there's some very dumb decisions. Everybody has made smart and dumb decisions. You know what's the smartest thing to do? Learn from other people's mistakes. So stay tuned. The link will be down in the description below and most likely in the comments section. If you have a library, follow me on library. We're almost at 75 official followers. We've already beat 75 followers, but not official. I'm not sure what the difference is, but library counts it differently. Library also pumped. Library pumped like double, triple what it was worth. So that's great. It's continuing to pump. I mean, it went through a little bit of a correction over the past 24 hours, but still looking at the past 30 days, it's like, whoa, crazy. Enjoy yourselves today. Hopefully you're all well rested. And also a live stream will be coming up today. So thanks. Bye.